HASAL Microfinance Bank with branchless banking where they bring bank close to you, where they touch life, where they create wealth for the low income earners. Easy access to loan, we no fit leave you alone. The only microfinance bank where they give the ATM.
HASAL Microfinance Bank, we touch your life for good.
When the federal government, through the Central Bank of Nigeria, began to issue microfinance banking licenses in 2007, a dream was birthed in the heart of a man, Rogers Nwoke.
HASAL Microfinance Bank was established in October 2008 to touch the lives at the lower income sector, to give access to finance to micro, small and medium enterprises, to bring into the formal financial sector people who were previously excluded, from financial services, to be able to reach out and give access to credit, because we are convinced that that is the strongest tool to get people out of poverty.
I shared that passion with him, and that was why I started with him from day one, to pull up the people at the lowest ladder of the economy. Because if we do, that is a serious way of reducing poverty. We are not going to obliterate it completely, but at least if more than 3/4 of the population is lifted up, then Nigeria will be a much better place to live in.
In the words of the chairman of the bank, Mr. Olorungbemiga Tiamiu,
at HASAL Microfinance Bank, we promote financial inclusion as well as encourage MSME growth.
Our vision to see the growth of MSME birthed the strategies and the array of services being rendered by the bank.
At HASAL, our target customers are low-income people, individuals, households, micro, small and medium enterprises. What qualifies you to be our customer is that first and foremost, you previously have not been banked. You do not have access to formal financial systems. You have not been incorporated or included into the financial services sphere. And through a linkage program, we bring in people at the very low ends of the market and graduate them through small loans. They become small businesses, they become medium enterprises, until such a time that their businesses have become big enough and we can no longer accommodate them. Then we transfer them to the commercial banks.
In our first year of operations, HASAL Microfinance Bank grew the shareholders' fund of 25 million naira to about 200 million naira through effective leadership that comprises of seasoned professionals in her board of directors, efficient management staff, and committed employees, living out the core values of the bank.
HASAL has, in the last 10 years, beginning from October 2008 when we started, disbursed more than 25 billion naira to approximately 55,000 borrowing clients. We have today have a customer base of almost 200,000 people. We have introduced the use of electronic financial services at the very low ends until we signed on to InterSwitch in 2009-2010. There is no microfinance bank that was doing electronic banking. Today, through our home finance department, we have helped people who hitherto did not have accommodation on their own. Through our education programs, we have helped families take loans to pay school fees. We have helped people today to establish businesses that were not there before. We have helped people to expand their businesses, and rather than being people looking for jobs, they have become employers of labor. We have also created value from the perspective of people. Today we have approximately 300 employees, but we have created jobs for more than 1,200 people. People who have passed through the system, either had to leave for greener pastures or had to go back to school and things like that. We have also created value for shareholders. We have made returns on investments through cash dividends, through bonus investments. So to the government and other major stakeholders, we have consistently paid our taxes. We we have corporate social responsibility. So we've touched every stakeholder of HASAL Microfinance Bank, and we are still doing more.
When I started my business, I used to find it so difficult to pay my house rent. Even to earn a living was very difficult then, until I met HASAL Microfinance Bank. So they assisted me by giving me loan. From there I started growing. So now you can see I have a very big shop now. I even employ people. I have people that are working for me now. So they have really changed my life for good.
To God Almighty, what has led us this far is, I think from day one, the foundation has been right, the structure has been right, and the founders of the institution knew what they wanted from day one. For instance, we're aligning with our vision and the mission of the institution, and which is to create products for our customers that would suit all their needs. So from day one, it was right, with the right kind of people, with the right processes, with the right systems, human capital, and all that. So from day one, we knew what we wanted.
I like HASAL because I used to pay my own money small. They come every day to collect. That's why I see other bank, but I like that one. It's like adashi to me. You know, when I'm paying small, I will not know when I finish the money. That's why I like them.
When we started, we had a flagship product that we called HASAL. HASAL savings product was targeted at savings mobilization as a stepping stone to getting access to credit. People see cash every day, but their inability to put it together has always been a challenge. So we have enshrined a savings culture, with our people. And so we launched that product in 2008 as we started, that if you can save something out of your daily cash flow, then once we establish that there is a savings pattern, once we see that you have a savings program, a savings habit, then you can then borrow money because you have developed a culture of putting savings together. And then we graduated into bigger loans that are no longer based on savings, that are not based purely on cash flow, because you are already generating a pattern of cash flow. Then you also have those that are, we call them new entrepreneurs, people who have never done business before. Through our HASAL Institute for Microfinance and Entrepreneurship Studies, we train people into entrepreneurship, and then we give them startup loans. And today there are several testimonies of people over the last 10 years. So then to the SME level, we have what we call the HASAL Traders Express. Okay, that enables people that are purely commercial oriented, people who do buying and selling, to be able to take overdrafts. We open credit lines for them to be able to borrow, buy goods, pay. And then we also have a strong investment portfolio in agriculture, and that also is functional. We are basically looking at village banking model to touch local and rural farmers, okay, so that they can feel the aggregators of these crops and then supply to the people who need them. So HASAL, you may not say we are product based. We have a lot of products, but we are value based. So our products are designed from the perspective of value creation, and we try to get the entire value chain in the sectors that we are interested.
As well, they are very nice people, and it's my second home. My business, they have been helping me in the business a lot. They help me because if they don't give me the loan, I won't be able to expand, because my shop is not as like this. It's a small something. I used to buy some small thing, but when they start giving me loan, after retiring from office, I retired 2013. I was doing HASAL with them. They introduced me to current accounts, and I started traveling to China to bring something down to sell. That's how they have been helping me. And since then I retired, even most of my colleagues, if they say me, they say I'm better than when I was in service, because they don't know the secrets. HASAL have been nice to me. I've been saving with other banks, but HASAL, last year they came here, all the management, everybody, they came here, they appreciate me, they gave me present, but I'm so happy with them. They are so nice, and I don't have any issue with my account.
The bank began operations from the Wuse Zone 6 branch in Abuja and grew to establish additional 17 branches, including the head office along Ahmadu Bello Way, Garkitu area of Abuja. The 18 branches are within the 6 area councils of the Federal Capital Territory, with a plan to be in every state of the Federation in the nearest future.
We have customers who have benefited immensely, from the services rendered by HASAL to them. I'll give you an example. You find customers who started borrowing like 50,000 naira when we started 10 years ago. Today, some of them are borrowing as much as 10 million naira. You've seen them grow from those who maintain just one shop, or even patching up with someone in a shop, and today they have businesses they are controlling on their own. If you take a walk into the market and make inquiries about HASAL, I am very sure that the positive feedback you'll get will be very overwhelming, because as our slogan goes, we've touched the lives of our customers for good in the past 10 years.
We received loan from HASAL Microfinance Bank. 2012, I started with 500,000. From 500,000, I graduated to 1 million. From 1 million, I go to 2 million. When I now started again, I go for 5 million. I liquidated the 5 million, they give me 6 million. So this year I have finished the 6 million, they offer me 8 million naira.
Our strategy is wound around 3 major levers of competition. Our number one strategy is people. We believe that every strategy you have, every process you create, anything you do is dependent on people. So we invested in people. We are still investing in people. Most of our management staff have attended courses outside the country. We have up to the middle level permanent, all are certified microfinance practitioners. So we invest a lot of people, and we have the best incentives and, if you like, remuneration packages in our sector, because you need to retain continuously the best people. The second thing we have done is investment in technology. Like I said, as early as 2008, 2009, 2010, we went to InterSwitch because we believed that digital financial services is key. We believe that technology will change the landscape for financial. So when in 2010 we started issuing debit cards as a microfinance bank, people probably didn't understand where we were going. We moved to pioneer the use of point of collection terminals, whereas we were using POS to receive monies and debits, use it to make purchases. We introduced point of collection. So people who want to save, you take their money, use the same POS and credit their account there, on the spot. So technology has been key, and today HASAL is doing everything that any bank can do with electronic banking. You can receive monies direct into your account. You can transfer out. The HASAL app is being developed right now, and we're going to do it. So technology key, and then service. We believe that what makes the difference between one bank and the other is the quality of service. So if you want to put it in a summary, you say HASAL's strategy is about people using technology to render service, and that's what differentiates us and makes us unique.
Mo ti mọ HASAL Bank over 8 years ago. Mo ti jàǹfààní àwọn HASAL Bank lọ́nà tó pọ̀. Mo ra shop, mo sanwó mi. Wọ́n bá mi ra shop, mo dẹ̀ sanwó wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń fún mi lówó, wọ́n ń bò mí láṣìírí. Lọ́nà tó gbà rọ̀ mí lọ́rùn.
HASAL Microfinance Bank has succeeded where others dare to tread. As a dynamic bank, we have followed the need of the society and created tailored products such as agricultural and housing loans. This is in a bid to respond to the critical needs of the society, thereby helping to create wealth and food sufficiency in line with one of the MDG goals of eradicating poverty and hunger.
So we were at a point where one of our investments had not really yielded the way we expected. So it was at that point that we needed some reinvigoration into our farm, and that was when we approached HASAL. But this was after we had gone round in circles in approaching many other financial institutions, but the results or the response from them was not encouraging at all. So it was at that time somebody recommended we talk to HASAL, and when we did, we were very surprised that their response was very prompt, and they understood how agribusiness works, and they came in, and that was what injected a second life into our operations now, and that is how our relationship has been with them. So it's been a worthwhile experience doing business with them, and the important thing is that they understand how agribusiness works, and they tailored their assistance to the needs and the conditions in agribusiness.
I was able to do so many things with HASAL Microfinance Bank. By the grace of God, where I stay, it was like a partnership I did with HASAL Microfinance Bank, and HASAL Microfinance Bank also supported me by giving me a lot of assistance where money was needed to develop a lot of things, a lot of projects, a lot of companies that have come up from where I started from. When I started with HASAL, I started micro with HASAL, as in, you know, little businesses, little opportunities where my customers were not ready to give me money, they were ready to support me, you know, and build confidence in me and also in customers that I had, in such a way that from there things grew and I was able to, you know, develop a lot of things and lots of company.
Okay, so why is HASAL different? If you look at what our vision is to build a unique. So the word being is unique in the way we offer our services, in the way we offer our loans and all that. So for instance, I mean, a customer can walk into a bank and say, I need a loan, and maybe it can take like 3 months to offer that loan to that customer. But if you come to HASAL, the processes are smooth. So in 5 days, you can actually apply for a loan, and then you get a loan. And then our word is also a bond. I mean, we've heard customers complain that in some other institutions you have charges that are hidden. So if today we tell you that HASAL the interest rate is 4%, then be sure to know that that interest rate is 4% and not anything of a 5 or a 6 as other institutions would do. Meanwhile, there are some charges that are hidden. So in HASAL, we ensure you tell you that this is what you have to pay. At the end of the day, you see that it's exactly what you have to pay.
I started business like 15 years ago. I met HASAL 9 years ago. And HASAL did a lot of things in my life that I appreciate. They changed my life. It's one of the best banks that I know. I met, I did not regret.
What we do mainly is we don't work like commercial banks that stay in their branches and wait for customers to come. We take the banking right to the doorstep of our customers.
HASAL is very reliable. HASAL has never failed its customers, and we will not fail our customers. We will continue to help the market woman, the hairdresser. We'll continue to help them grow. That's why HASAL is here, and that's what we will continue to do.
We keep on emphasizing value. At HASAL Microfinance Bank, we will continue to create value for your money. What will make them come is because there will be a track record of security of funds. In the 10 years of running this bank, there has been no day, not one story of telling any customer who wants to withdraw his money, come back tomorrow or wait, let us go to bank. We meet our obligations. We emphasize liquidity as against profitability. We ensure that capital adequacy and all other levers of strength for any financial institutions are maintained. So HASAL becomes a place where you put in a little, you get back as much, and that will continue to make people come to where value is created.
10 years of great accomplishments is not without challenges, as challenges are the bricks and mortar needed to build a desired future. HASAL Microfinance Bank is poised to be the shoulder that MSME businesses can lean on for their growth, both now and in the nearest future.
Challenges, yes, that is where we are human beings. We are bound to have challenges. Institutions too are bound to have challenges. The challenges to the bank have been how to raise enough finances to cope with the request of the average, the low-level customers who want to expand their business.
I love HASAL, and I continue to love them.
According to John C. Maxwell, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. This is true for HASAL Microfinance Bank, as each opportunity that presents itself has seen us choose competence over patronage to select leaders in various units of the bank.
Leadership is about influence. Leadership is about getting people to agree with you and follow you in the direction that you want to go. Leadership from the perspective of the board, I have had people who are excellent people who have come in their own different sectors. I have people who have completed and retired from service, so they bring to the board a lot of experience from the chairman of the board to the other directors. You see that I have quality people at the board. And then you come to management. We painstakingly go through a rigorous process to bring people into senior management. So I have people who are contented, they are happy with what they have achieved so far. So the creation of HASAL is not about enrichment, it's not about personal aggrandizement, but people who truly think that they want to give back to the society. So when you have that kind of leadership, the direction is a lot easier to follow.
At HASAL Microfinance Bank, the future is already here, and we are ready to share this experience with all clients that pass through our doors.
The bank is 10 years now, and it has sustained through thick and thin, and the results and the profile can speak for itself. So I think essentially we would say we've succeeded in setting up something that can carry on after us.
We have spent 10 years in the market so far, and we have done our SWOT analysis very well. And we have come to the conclusion that in the next decade, we have to emphasize on our areas of expertise, which include digital financing, agri financing, micro housing, and rural banking.
What I think we want to give to our customers as a promise is that HASAL will be the national local bank. National in outlook, but found at every corner. We will go to where people are afraid to go. We will go to places where people don't want to go because they think there's no money to be made. Because what is driving us is not just about making money. We will go to where value needs to be created. The people who have succeeded in life are people who have looked for where value is missing. And when you create value from where it is missing, people will naturally, flock to you. So in the next 10 years, HASAL will move far beyond geography. HASAL will move far beyond the market. We probably will not be talking just MSME alone. We will not be talking MSME from a sectoral perspective. For example, MSME in agri, a very huge portfolio in agri. We're going to look at housing. We're going to look at all those sectors where people have ignored, where Nigerians truly have a need and where value needs to be created. HASAL will touch lives in those areas.
For our bank, it has been 10 years of hard work, professionalism, passion for service, learning, strong ethics, and being reliable, and we're even more committed to outdo our impressive records because we only know and do one thing.
We don't alive for good! I started in partly with HASAL 2015. So then when I started business, I was like starting small kiosks. I now start banking with HASAL. Then before they now start helping me, giving me help, and I have to tell others that they should try and be in part with HASAL because they really helped. If without HASAL, I would not know what I'm doing now.
And to our would-be customers, here are words of advice.
For anybody who is looking for a place to bank with, any microfinance bank, one of your best choices should be HASAL Microfinance Bank. And this is also attributable to the fact that all our customers can also testify to that. And we have many more things that we are going to bring on stream that will actually make our customers a lot happier. And with HASAL Microfinance Bank, we are sure of the safety of your investments and also the fact that your investments will grow.
I'm encouraging other traders, fellow traders like myself, or those in a little business that want to grow, to bank with HASAL Microfinance, because it has done me good. Since I started with them, I never have any regrets. For so many years now, they are still where they are, and they are still growing. And I'm still collecting, and I'm still paying them. If it's not favoring me, I will not be there till now. So I encourage them to back with HASAL Microfinance. It will help them to boost their capital.
My words of advice to the would-be customers or to the rural customers who are interested in patronizing HASAL Microfinance Bank is that to say they should be at home. Their needs will be met without delay. We are a bank that caters for the masses, and they are our focus. And we go the extra mile to satisfy them. We bend backwards to satisfy them. That is why we are existing.
We think that what you need out there is value. Value for life, value for the quality of your living. And at HASAL, we work hard to create that value. And that is what should bring you to us.